There are moments in life when it's not failure that breaks you, but a painful truth. You're living far smaller than who you're truly capable of becoming. You know you can do more. You know you deserve more. But you stay still. Not because you lack opportunity, not because you lack talent, but because your mind has been programmed to fear, to doubt, to stay small. Daniel was the same. He lived each day in silence, wearing a mask that said he was fine, while inside, a stronger version of himself was suffocating, begging to be alive, until one day, he realized the prison wasn't the world around him. It was the mindset within him, and once he broke that prison, he didn't just change his life, he changed who he was. This is that story. Daniel grew up believing success belonged to others, the confident ones, the gifted ones, the ones who started ahead. He tried starting a business. It failed, tried again, failed again. Each failure cut deeper than the last, until he began believing the voice inside his head. Maybe I'm just not the kind of person who succeeds. Maybe an ordinary life is all I'm meant for. One rainy night, he sat alone, unpaid bills scattered around him, the dim light barely revealing the exhaustion on his face. He whispered, "What am I even doing with my life?" He didn't collapse. He simply stopped hoping. Weeks later, in the same quiet cafe he always visited, he met an old retired professor. Simple, calm, with the eyes of someone who truly understood life. In the middle of their conversation, the professor said, "Your life doesn't reflect your abilities. It reflects what you believe about your abilities." Daniel frowned. "So I never truly failed?" The professor shook his head gently. "You didn't fail because you weren't capable. You failed because you believed you weren't capable." It wasn't advice. It was a strike to his identity. From that day, Daniel began listening to his thoughts. Every new idea triggered the same old voice. "You're not good enough. Don't try. Remember what happened last time." He realized this voice wasn't truth. It was conditioning, built from years of comparison and criticism. So he decided to rewrite his inner script. "I can't. I'm learning. I failed. I gained experience. I don't deserve this. I'm becoming someone who does." It felt awkward. It hurt. But slowly, a new mindset formed. And with a new mindset came new action. Daniel began living with discipline, waking up early, exercising, reading, building skills. He restarted his business journey from zero. It didn't succeed immediately, but this time he didn't quit. "If today is better than yesterday, I'm winning." Challenges came, pressure came, but instead of stepping back, he moved forward. Opportunities appeared, new people entered his life, a new Daniel emerged, not because life changed first, but because he changed first. Growth wasn't a straight line. One night, when progress seemed real and the future looked promising, a major client backed out. His savings nearly vanished. Months of work crumbled in hours. The old thoughts resurfaced. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I haven't changed at all. Maybe I just fooled myself. He sat on the floor of his small apartment, knees to his chest, staring into nothing, breathing shakily as the familiar darkness tugged at him. But this time he whispered through tears, "No, I've come too far to go back." He learned, growth isn't proven by never falling. Growth is proven by rising faster each time. To move forward, he had to face the root of his doubt. It didn't begin in adulthood. It began in childhood. A teacher who mocked him for being slow, a parent who compared him to others, friends who laughed at his dreams. He wasn't afraid of failure. He was afraid of being seen as less. So he wrote a letter to his younger self. "You were never broken. You just believed voices that couldn't see your worth." He cried. He forgave himself for the years he lived small, for the dreams he abandoned, for the potential he silenced. Healing didn't just change his mindset, it freed it. With a healed mind, purpose returned. He no longer chased success to prove something. He built a life he was proud of. He began helping others, people stuck like he once was. Not with empty motivation, but with scars and wisdom earned through pain. He watched strangers transform. He watched fear turn into courage. And he realized, your transformation isn't just for you. It's so you can become a light for others still in the dark. His journey stopped being about escape and became about becoming. Months later, he stood backstage, a crowd of thousands waiting to hear him speak. He closed his eyes and realized, this wasn't luck. This wasn't destiny. This wasn't a miracle. This was the life he built, beginning with the moment he changed his thoughts. When he stepped on stage, he paused and said, "If you could see the version of yourself I see in you right now, you would never doubt your worth again." People cried, not because of his story, but because they recognized themselves in it. Maybe you are where Daniel once was, caught between who you are and who you know you could be. Your potential isn't gone. It's just buried beneath years of doubt, regret, and silence. Remember, your future doesn't wait for the world to change. Your future waits for you to change how you think. When your mindset shifts, your identity shifts. Your actions shift. Your life shifts. Not someday, not when things are perfect. The transformation begins the moment you choose it. If this story touched you, comment, "I am becoming who I was meant to be." Like, share, subscribe to continue the journey. The change you seek starts now.